Alright folks, welcome back. Today we've got another custom 1911 here. As you can see, we've got the Gunsite logo on the bag, so that's kind of a clue as to what's inside. What this is a Gunsite Gunsmithy build. This one is the GSP2000. GSP-Y2K, depending on who you talk to. These guns were kind of brought to fruition in the year 2000. And talking to Ted Yost, who was in charge of the Gunsmithy at the time, he said they did, had aspirations to build 2,000 of these pistols. That never did happen. Ted left Gunsite in 2001, and the project just kind of died with his leaving. He estimates just over 400 were made, probably well less than 500 at the most. This one is in great original condition. These guns were not highly optioned pieces. They were meant to be, the Gunsite service pistol was meant to be a very basic fighting pistol with sights you could see, a decent trigger, and enough accuracy to get done what needed done within combat distances. This gun, as I said, is original condition, matte blued finish. You'll see the Gunsite logo emblazoned there too. GSP2032, so this is a very early one, which Ted had hands in many of the first batch of these pistols that were built. The night sights, of course, are dead, but they are dated 2000, so they are original to the piece. Bar dot tritium. These guns ship to Gunsite as gunsmith kits from Springfield, so they were unfit frames and slides and barrels that required minor fitting to put them together. What results is a frame slide fit that is not full gunsmith fit, but it's certainly tighter than a stock Springfield of the era. I would put it on par with some of the professionals I've felt, and certainly as good as TRPs. So these guns came, all of them had front cocking serrations. You could option your trigger length. You could option your thumb safety. Ted said they used numerous options on thumb safeties, from Kings to this is a dehorned Springfield unit here, and also the Gunsite lowered thumb safety. The mainspring housing there were some options there too. You could get it with or without a lanyard ring. You could get flat or arched. This is arched, no lanyard ring. These barrels were sourced from Springfield. This one is not marked Springfield. But those are manufactured by the same firm that manufactures Springfield barrels, and they are a stainless barrel. This one nicely fit. There's no vertical play or muzzle play in the fitment. This one's a pretty good survivor, being this gun's 24 years old now. In a matte blued finish, so it hasn't been carried much, hasn't been shot a ton. We have the original invoice here from Gunsite Custom Shop with the matching serial number on it. Total price in the year 2000, March 10th of 2000, so again, going back to this being an early one, they started with the serial number 2000, this one being 2032. Total price, including shipping, was $1,049.73. And there we have the original tag that would have been applied to the bag, or the pistol rather, as it was in the shop being built. We have build with a TY and final with Ted Yost's signature there. And those would have been the inspections before the pistol went out. So Ted inspected the overall build and the final after the gun was finished, that it was ready to ship to the customer. Lastly, on this gun, we have the Gunsite Chip McCormick mags there, numbered 1 and 2. The gun probably originally would have had a third one. That seems to be missing in this package, but it's nice to have a couple of them anyway. These differ from the original GSPs that Gunsite built on Springfields as well, and they built some on it escapes me now, Auto Ordnance, and those were just pretty awful frames and slides, so they switched to Springfield. So Gunsite grips, this one has a short trigger. These guns have great D-horns on them. They are soft as butter, front to back. A nice beveled mag well. This one has a full beaver tail, whereas the original GSPs did not. Thumb safeties varied on the original GSPs, but not always an extended unit. And of course, Novak sight cuts front and rear. The original GSPs had a GI rear and a staked front sight on them. So it's a really nice piece of custom 1911 history. I mean, these guns are a cliff note, I suppose, in combat 1911 building. They represent, you know, what your basic needs are in a fighting 1911, and certainly they carry a lot of weight with the Gunsite alumni's, and you know, the only being 400, 450 of these out there, they are sought out guns. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you would, please subscribe to the channel and follow us along here. We'll keep coming up with more custom guns to show you.